the chat on in a minute. I know it's been a minute. Been a couple minutes, hasn't it? We were doing a restream flight today. Alright, so let's get... Where's my restream chat thing? Where did it go? There we go. Bear with me, folks.
Create account link. Login button. Link create account. Button login. Recaptcha protected by recaptcha. Link privacy link terms. Out of grouping button login. Link create clickable password. Clickable just email. Heading left graphic restream chat. Heading level 5 login. Email. Click password. Click link button recaptcha grouping protected by recaptcha. Out of grouping powered by link restream not clickable. Recaptcha challenge expires in 2 minutes frame dialog. Land. Out of frame powered by link restream not recaptcha grouping protected by recaptcha. Link privacy link terms. Out of grouping button login. Recaptcha grouping link privacy link terms. Protected by recaptcha. Out of grouping powered by link restream not clickable. Recap land. Out of frame clickable. Powered by link restream audio. Recaptcha grouping terms link. Privacy link. Login button. Recaptcha grouping out of grouping button login. Link create account.
Hold on, it's being stupid with the chat. It ain't wanting to log in for some reason. Why is it doing
button.
that?
Create account link. Edit protected selected level bullet land. Create account link. Login button. Recaptcha grouping privacy link. Terms link. Restream audio link. Dialog. Get an audio challenge button. Button. Get an audio challenge button. Bell. Please select all matching images. Button. Bell. Powered by link restream. Recaptcha grouping protected out of grouping powered by link restream.
No.
Login button. No previous button. No next button. No next button. Recaptcha grouping protected by out of grouping powered by link restream. Restream audio link. Dialog. Button. Bell. Get an audio challenge button. Unavailable. Powered by link restream audio. Dialog.
There we go.
Enter user edit land. Press play to listen. Press control to. Enter user edit land.
I was thinking about you.
Alternatively, download. Get a new challenge button. Get a visual challenge button. Help button. Verify button. Unavailable. Powered by link restream audio. Recaptcha group audio message. Edit land.
There, now we're on.
Clickable menu button submenu. Disable button. Enable button. Clickable menu button submenu. Audio message.
Alright, folks. Chat is on.
Syming files. Restream chat row 1 column. Ops 29.1.3 profile. Untitled scenes. Ops 29 start virtual. Start recording checkbox not checked. Stop streaming checkbox checked.
Okay. I'm not going to record this, I don't think.
Ops 29.
So we're just going to make it a live stream altogether, okay?
Folder view list. Ops 20 restream chat. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.35. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.35. Unpaused. Com 1.
Alright, so we are in the King Air.
Leonian Universe. Hey, John. Happy
Leonie,
Pre-Veterans
how you doing,
Day.
buddy? Yeah, happy Pre-Veterans Day. That's right, my friend. It is good to see you guys. I know while we're going through all this, I'll update you on, man, where you been, John? What's been going on? A lot's been going on, guys. A lot. And I just been so busy. And I hate not being able to sim. But you'll... I'm sure you all still love me just the same, right? Anyway, I got some cool stuff to bring to you guys today. I just hope that the mouse is not being stupid. Okay, we're good. Some really cool stuff. To start with, we're doing a flight in the King Air. We're flying on aviatife. Okay. I'm not really going to touch a lot on aviatife on this flight. But I'll go over the basics, and if you guys got a question, I'll be glad to answer that. Also, if somebody could let me know that my audio sounds okay, I know I'm on a headset. It's not the stereo quality that I usually come through on, but the headset works out better.
Yep, saw that video yesterday. Great stuff for sure.
Yeah, aviatife is definitely going down the right road with us, guys. I need to get a live stream and bring Josh on with me and let him give you guys some updates on some really, really cool stuff that's right around the corner. And when I mean around the corner, I mean there's stuff coming out this year.
Leonian Universe.
Some really cool add-ons.
Audio is 5x5.
All right, thanks. I appreciate that, buddy. So let's get this thing in the air first. The one thing that I will tell you. All right, so... on aviatife, once you assign a job, now I rented this King Air, but I'm about to make some big bucks on it.
Transport 9 passengers. KPAH 12. Assign link. Cancel button. Assign link. Fly link.
So we're going to hit fly.
Graphic come taken aircraft heading level table 2 rows column 4 sortable graphic model column 6 sortable row 2 layout column 1 KPAH link options column 8 details link.
Okay, so we're going to
sortable condition column 671 first options column 8 link details link out of table heading level 5 table sortable options column 8 detail link. Destination of item.
All right.
Destination heading level table column 2 link graphic sortable name column 3 rent cost column 4 landing / column 5 link graphics column 6 remarks column 7 options.
Sunfire 11.
Column 1 link KLSD.
Hi.
All right, so we're going to KLSV. These are new airports to me. I usually don't fly these, so that's why I don't know them by heart.
Sortable name column 2 knows AFD.
Nellis
Red box column
AFB,
3 not
whatever
available.
that is.
Landing slash target basic column 4 granted until jobs done. Sortable distance column 5 12 63 nm.
All right, this is
Remarks column 6
1,263
military marker runway
miles.
lights food processing.
It's a military airport. We're delivering some
Options column 7 link choose.
passengers.
Out of table heading level 3 search table with 2 rows and 7 columns KLS 0 2 options column 7 link choose. Flight number 100.
All right,
Graphic
so we
company
got
flight number 1
that.
from Barkley RTNL. Heading level 3 current payload slash graphic fuel. Pilot's weight 170 pounds. Flighter 3608.
All right, we are
Update
full
button.
on
Total weight
that.
40 heading level 3 payload slash passengers. Graphic passengers 9 passengers.
We got 9
Nellis AFP
passengers.
KLSD link Nellis AFP United States check in button.
So we'll
Flight
check
number 100.
these guys in.
Graphic company flight number 103 heading
You do got to check in the passengers on aviatife.
from Barkley RTN heading left graphic fuel. Pilot's weight 100 graphic fuel 30 to pay. Flight button up graphic flag.
All right, so there we go. They're checked in. We
Remove
got.
button. Generate flight plan button. Start tracking button.
All right,
Dialog.
let's.
Cookie file terms. Private Simon MW. Join Discord link. EPKT. Provide sickness bags. As above. Only for passengers. Checkbox not checked. Check.
Okay, we're gonna give them sickness bags.
Provide free in-flight meal. No, you cannot feed cargo. For passengers only. Checkbox not checked. Checked.
We will give them some food
Buy
on
an
this
additional insurance package.
plane.
Checkbox checked.
We're not. We don't need insurance, and I'll tell you why.
Not checked.
We don't need additional insurance.
Buy an insurance for this aircraft. Valid 24 hours. Checkbox checked. The insurance rate is based on a few things. Valuation of the aircraft. It's valued at $1,281,160.75. Buy an additional insurance package. Checkbox not checked. You can buy an additional package for your insurance, provided by Rockney Incorporated. In case of a fatal aircraft crash, you'll get a renting bond repaid by an insurance company. Purchasing this package automatically buys standard insurance. Additionally, in case of a fatal crash, you will be obligated to pay a penalty for not returning the aircraft to the home base. Package fatal. You can checkbox not checked. Buy an additional insurance checked.
All right, we'll buy that.
Buy an insurance. Start tracking button.
All right, so we're gonna hit start tracking.
Flight number 103.
Now listen at this.
Graphic flight number 103. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Microsoft Flight.
Freedom Global International Airlines 103. Ground services here. The aircraft payload is loaded. Here's a brief summary. Number of boarded passengers, 9. The aircraft is ready for a departure.
We've got 9
Safe
passengers. All right, and we are
Gate
sitting
29 at KPAH.
at gate 29 at KPAH,
Massac, Kentucky, United States. 3.2 nautical miles. 140.
which is in Kentucky. That's all I can tell you. I don't know these small airports, you guys. All right, so the cool thing, if you guys watched the video, is now when you got AI, if you've got to land at a nearby airport to get more fuel, you can do that because you can now use, you don't got to use the mouse, but you can't. Okay, so if you're on autopilot, you're not using AI, you can use the numbers on your keyboard to select different options for ATC, but when you're using AI, I like using the mouse anyways, because I can move up and down and see exactly what the options are. Okay, so this flight is going to make me $29,000, and the goal is to
Leonian
do
Universe.
enough of these flights.
Nice. You have your own aircraft. I gotta still do quick jobs to buy one of my own.
Well, I'm actually renting it, Leone.
Battery master active.
All right, here we go. We're
Number one,
firing
target
up the aircraft here. Man, that sounds so good, don't it?
Gear down. Dot.
I hope the gear's down.
Number 1 ignition on.
Paducah ground, Freedom Global 9er Delta Whiskey, requesting pushback.
Number 1 starter off. Number 2 starter engaged.
Man, I love this airplane.
Number 2 ignition on. Avionics master active. Number 2 starter off.
All right, there we go.
Parking brake off.
That sounds so good, don't it?
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1. Parking brake on.
Paducah ground, Freedom Global 9er Delta Whiskey, requesting the end of pushback.
There we go.
Paducah ground, Freedom Global 9er Delta Whiskey, request taxi to the active departure to the north.
Parking brake off.
Paducah ground, Freedom Global 9er Delta Whiskey, request taxi to the active north departure. Paducah ground, Freedom Global 9er Delta Whiskey, request taxi for takeoff straight out departure. Taxi 2 and hold short runway tree 2 using taxiway, Charlie Freedom Global, Niner Delta Whiskey.
Andy, good to see you, my friend.
Leonian Universe. That is so awesome.
Sounds are amazing, you guys. My gosh. That is so cool. Once we get up in the air, I'll get into more discussion on things that's been going on, things that you guys can expect to see, and all that fun stuff.
Twelve knots. 13 knots. 15 knots. 16 knots. Microsoft Flight Simulator. 18 knots. 21 knots. 21 knots. 20 knots. 20 knots. 20 knots. 20 knots.
I love them sounds, you guys.
20 knots. 20 knots. 20 knots. 18 knots. 17 knots. 16 knots. 15 knots. 13 knots. 12 knots. 11 knots.
Leonian Universe. AI is doing a pretty good job taxiing.
Yeah, they really do. It's not bad at all. The King Air is probably one of my favorite jets. Well, airplane, you get it. On the smaller side, this will sit up to 12 people.
Ready for north departure at runway tree 2.
Parking brake off. Taxiway here, KPA.
Takeoff runway tree 2 Freedom Global Niner Delta Whiskey.
Ten knots ground speed. Taxiway here, KPAH. Runway 32 at KPAH / 5499.
Won't be long when we taking off. It's going to get to the line, slow down, hit the brakes, and off we go.
Parking brake on, parking brake off.
Here we go.
Flaps 20.
Leonian Universe.
38 knots.
How are you telling ATC to taxi and
60
stuff?
knots.
I missed that.
It's doing it automatically,
79
Leone.
96 knots.
However,
Airborne. 112 knots.
you're able to do it yourself if you chose to. But when you're using AI, it's going to repeat what you do sometimes. Let me see if the cursor's on it. I don't think it is. Let me see.
Flaps 0. Gear up. Stop.
Okay, so I got to hit the scroll lock button.
Paducah Tower Freedom Global Niner Delta Whiskey.
I might as well wait till he's done talking here because
Scroll lock on.
Com2 not in use 124. ATC. U. Paducah Ground Freedom Global. Paducah. Freedom Global 90. U. Paducah Ground Free. Paducah. Freedom 1. Request touch and go. Button.
now we're not doing no touch and go. I don't know why it's
2. Request full stop landing. Button. 2. Request full stop landing. Paducah. Freedom Global 9 DW request to end pushback received. 2. Request full stop landing. Button. 1. Request touch and go. Button.
you can do a touch and go, which we're not doing that. We're
249 feet per minute. 851 feet. 470 feet.
it'll change the options once we get so far out. You'll see what I mean.
1.
Paducah
Acknowledge
Tower
frequency
Freedom
change.
Global International.
There we go.
10 tree frequency. frequency change.
Com 1, 133.65.
Center Freedom Global International Airlines 10 tree is type Beechcraft King Air 5.
There we go. Request flight following.
Request flight following.
Memphis, Freedom 1.
Squawk
Acknowledge
6
you.
tree for
Squawk
tree
6343 Freedom Global
International
International
Airlines
Airlines 103.
Squawk 6343.
Memphis, 1.
Roger,
Acknowledge
Freedom
radar
Global
contact.
International Airlines 10 tree.
There we go.
Cancel flight following.
Now we're on that menu. When you got AI on, you can't just hit the numbers on the number, the number to the top of your keyboard. You got to use your mouse, and it's always on the right side. If you can hear where my cursor is,
2. Nearest airport list.
see it's on the right side.
2. Nearest airport
So
list.
sometimes you got to find it, but
1. Cancel flight following.
I can cancel flight following, which we don't want to do that.
2. Nearest airport list. Button. 1. Cancel flight following. Button.
And right now my options are to cancel flight following or nearest airport list. That nearest airport list would come in handy if I need to land and refuel. Now, the only thing that I'm wondering about with that, where I've already started the flight, how would I land and refuel, and then I don't know how I would add more fuel, because it lets you add fuel when you start your flight on the page. Okay, so my thing is, how would you land, add more fuel? I guess you could go to the fleet, because you can fill it up there. I think is what you could do, maybe, because you don't cancel the flight. If you cancel the flight, you won't be able to pick it back up because you're not at the right airport. So that's just kind of a touch and go thing. I don't know fully, but they are working on things all the time, and they're making it as realistic as possible. I can tell you, like, airplane costs and all that, they're pretty daggone accurate. And of course, Microsoft 2020, they're still doing stuff to make it better. And now we have that, there's more accessibility with the scroll lock option. My understanding, it's been there for a while, but we just couldn't access it the way we can now. So, and I'm hoping that we're climbing, I think.
292 feet, 1865 VAS, 1559 VAG.
Oh yeah, we are.
Time en route to destination, 5 hours, 7 minutes, 20 seconds.
Now, the thing is, the time here, don't really go by that, because with TFM it's off a little bit. The best way to get your time
I certainly do wonder how you do that for sure.
is go to
Maybe
the
something to
flight
ask
page.
Josh about.
Flight number 100 from RTRGNL, KPAH, the NOSAFD, KLSD, heading 274 degrees.
If you go to the flight page, you can see, and that's pretty accurate on
Estimated
time.
184 feet distance, 1246.9 nm.
See, there's how far it is.
Estimated time left, 5 hours, 6 minutes.
It says 5 hours, 6 minutes. So it's a longer flight.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.35, Microsoft Flight.
But I'm thinking we won't have to refuel. Because you can go about 1,500 miles in this airplane. Yeah, I don't know. I've talked to Josh about that before, but I'm still not fully sure on the fuel thing. But that's okay. I think we'll be fine. The thing about flying on AI is the fuel burn is higher than if you're flying on just autopilot. I'm going to see if we can go on autopilot, fly it that way, and maybe I can adjust the fuel burn a little bit, because one of the tricks you can do is left bracket shift R.
Enter throttle. Edit selected 93.9803710.
And right now it's at 93%, obviously, because we're still climbing.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.
We're going to switch to autopilot and turn off AI here in a few minutes, and see if we can fly it that way to adjust burn.
I know he's been talking to the aviatife folks on Discord about it.
3,000 feet.
Yeah, I've got them on my Discord as well, and I do. I need to send them a message and see what they say, but
Fuel flow, pounds per hour. Engine 1, 545. Engine 2, 545.
we're burning 545 pounds of fuel in each engine. But of course, we're climbing
269 feet per minute.
at 269 feet a minute.
3129 feet ASL. AP altitude, 0 feet.
Don't go by that, because again, TFM is not going to give you the actual altitude that is set in the cockpit, which we already know that. All right, you guys. So we're on our way. We might as well just hang out here, chat, let you guys enjoy the flight. Oh, before I go off topic, when you're flying on aviatife, it is very important that you turn on developer mode if it doesn't give you problems. It used to give me problems.
I tried doing the
but
autopilot thing, but it just messed up the AI when I tried to land.
It's no longer messing up with developer mode, so I turn it on, and that way if something does happen, I don't know, you hit a plane that's sitting on the runway, because people do that on purpose or whatever, it won't crash the plane on you and you won't be out all that money and, you know, mess you all up. So fly with developer mode on for sure, you guys, for sure. Yeah, that's the other thing that concerned me about flying without AI is once you turn it off and then you turn it back on, is it going to land the correct way? Who knows? The other thing that I do is why I'm over here on the ATC.
1. Cancel flight following.
I'll move right above where it says number 1, the first option.
Generic N952G, descend and maintain 2,300 feet, expect vectors, visual runway 36, approach generic 52G.
Right there, that way when it changes, for the most part, I'll hear it come up, and then I can hear it talking. I don't know why I'm not getting the other traffic coming through, but I'm not. The only thing I'm getting is when I'm talking to ATC, that's all I'm getting. So I can just kind of watch it on here, and generally it will update and I'll hear it.
1. Cancel flight following. Button.
4,000 feet.
Generic N952G, descend and maintain 2,300 feet.
Okay, there we go.
Visual runway 36, approach generic 52G.
That's a generic communicating with ATC. Sometimes it can be live traffic. I just don't know if that one is or not for sure.
48 feet ASL.
All right, we're almost at 5,000 on our altitude. I'm not sure how high we're going. Okay. Now, let's talk other stuffages.
Leonian Universe. I think you may have forgotten to turn on live traffic. Maybe. Maybe not.
No, I've got live traffic on, Leone. It's just, it's always been an issue with Microsoft off and on. So, just one of them things you gotta deal with. Hold on one second. I gotta make sure. Okay. Heads up, you guys. I do have a phone call coming in. If that happens, I'll just mute my microphone. Okay. It won't be for very long, maybe 10 minutes or so. So heads up on that. If I got a call, I will disappear just for a minute, but I'll be back. Alright. Now that's out of the way. So you guys have probably been wondering, where is John been? What's he been doing? Is he okay? Is things okay? I mean, I don't know what you guys might have been thinking or might have been wondering, but I'm just throwing out the most obvious thing that you could possibly be wondering. Number one, yes, I'm fine. I'm doing good. Number two, And there's that phone call. So y'all just hold tight, and I'll be back in just a minute. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere, Leone.
Five thousand feet.
Okay, guys, I'm back. Are you still with us? The reason I'm asking because I want to make sure I didn't lose nobody while I was gone for the few minutes that I was gone. Let me see here. Okay, so back to what I was going to say before my phone call popped in. Again, yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm doing good. Nothing bad has went on. I mean, there's
5913 feet ASL.
man,
233 feet per minute.
I don't know how high we are
225
going
knots
here,
indicated.
but we are climbing.
Left main, 94%, 1194 pounds, 178 gallons.
178 gallons in the
Right main,
left main,
94%,
right
1194 pounds,
main,
178 gallons.
178
Left 85%,
gallons,
451 pounds, 67 gallons, 6,000 feet.
67 gallons in left auxiliary,
Right 85%,
right
452 pounds,
auxiliary,
67 gallons.
67
And not
pounds,
available.
or gallons. Why is it doing it by gallons?
Left main, 94%, 1193 pounds, 178 gallons.
Freedom Global International Airlines 103. Contact Memphis Center on 120.075.
Oh, it reads it by
Good day.
Com 1,
You.
107.07.
pounds and then
Memphis Center
gallons.
Freedom Global
Okay.
International Airlines
So-
103 6100 feet.
Left main, 94%, 1192 pounds, 178 gallons.
Memphis. Freedom Global
178.
International Airlines 103.
Right main,
Memphis Center
94%, 1192 pounds, 178 gallons.
178, 178, so 2, 3.
Left O, 85%, 449 pounds, 67 gallons.
Yeah, so this thing holds quite a bit of fuel.
Total fuel, 3,279.0 pounds, 489.5 gallons. Total fuel flow, 965.
489 gallons of fuel. Anyway, things have been going good, you guys. Again, just so you know, no, I'm not going to stop simming.
Declimb and maintain FL 430.
Oh, someone talking. I'm not going to stop simming. Why have I not been simming or doing live streams that much is just due to being busy with college. If you go back on past streams that I talked about things, I'd even said there that, when college picks up, there will be, this area where I become busy and won't be streaming as much, but it's simply because I've been so busy in college. My fiance got COVID. I ended up getting COVID. We had it twice. I lost my father. Y'all might have already knew about that. I don't know. I can't remember how far back that I might have told you guys that. Y'all done knew I lost my guide dog. That happened in May. So there's just been a lot going on. A lot of stuff going on, and I've been extremely busy. And any of us that go to college knows that sometimes in the simming world we have to step away, but I also know that there's been some that's not even been simming because they've been playing the other game, and which I'm not complaining about that. I'm just simply saying that I know there's been others that's not been simming as much from what I've been told. I've gotten probably 11 or 12 emails about TFM, and I need to talk about that because someone said in one of my emails, they said, one minute we're doing all these sneak peeks and now it's all just gone. Well, let me touch base on that a little, because first and foremost, the sneak peeks, those happen as development happens, right? So as TFM gets new developments, new stuff comes through TFM, then we would do a sneak peek. Now, Andy also, he underwent, foot surgery. That slowed him down. And then now they're kind of back. There is stuff happening with TFM, but it's kind of behind closed doors. There's not a lot of information being thrown out right now. So, as far as the messages I got on the email, I could not answer any questions about TFM. Why? Because I don't know. Is there any new stuff about to come out? I don't know. Are we on pause? I don't know. So, TFM, as far as that goes, I can't answer any questions on that. As soon as I hear from Andy, maybe he'll call me, maybe he'll text me, whatever the case might be, maybe Declan will message me, whatever it might be. As soon as I hear something, you guys know that you'll hear something, because I'll talk about it. I always do. So that's where that sits now. What I can tell you, on another email, somebody was, and listen, I don't mind that people email me and they vent to me and they talk to me. because they're stressed out about, oh, well, I heard this and I heard that. Somebody sent an email. I will not say names because I do respect people's privacy. I do respect when they say, hey, will you please not, at least don't say who this is. And so I respect
Freedom
that.
Global International
Okay.
Airlines
127
Memphis.
decimal
Freedom Global
75
International
Freedom
Airlines
Global
103.
International
They
Kansas City Center
were,
127.47
venting to me
miles.
about,
Good day.
the
You-
they,
Kansas City Center Freedom Global International
went
Airlines
and got sim
137,500
equipment. They got, the
Kansas City, Freedom Global
P3D,
International Airlines 103, Kansas City Center,
all this
altitude
stuff,
34,
and
continue.
they're finally getting the hang of things, and they're like, well, now I heard that P3D is no longer going to work with TFM. Let me correct you on that. No one never said it would not work with TFM. Update wise, in the future, there's no updates being
Kansas
pushed
City,
out
Cessna 81J descent and maintain
for
3,500 feet.
P3D. The focus is 2020. Now, I know to some that
Cessna
might be a
381J,
shocker to you,
Kansas City,
but to most
Cessna
of us,
81J contact Kansas
come on
City Center
guys,
on
we knew that was coming.
125.3.
We knew that was coming. Even you go back to when I wasn't as big on 2020. I even come to realize it pretty quickly that look,
Kansas City,
2020 is
you are
doing
23
developments,
miles
they're doing
Descent
updates,
and maintain
they're
7,000
making
feet, expect
changes
ILS
very
runway 10,
rapidly,
approach viaduct to its transition. Clear to do it. Cessna
and it's
381J,
getting better,
descent
and
maintain
eventually
7,000 feet, expect ILS
P3D is
runway
going to
10,
be
approach viaduct to its
low
transition.
grade,
Clear to do a Cessna
right?
81J.
Let me rephrase that. It's not low grade because P3D is still a good simulator, but everybody is going to 2020. Now, the TFM that you have now and the way that it works now, if it works, it works, right? I don't know that it will always work because as planes get upgraded, updated, and all that, it might at some point have flaws in it. But you can always use the older TFM stuff to work with a lot of the airplanes in P3D. I think that TFM will always have the ability to work with stuff in P3D. Now, the newer stuff that comes out with P3D, and as time passes, 5 years later, 5 years from now, I think TFM will still work on some of the freeware. Payware is where you're going to see the big differences, I think. Now, again, I'm only speaking what I think, what my opinion is. I could be wrong. Maybe it won't work in a year. Who knows? But as far as, being upset because you're worried about TFM not working anymore with P3D, you shouldn't be worried about that because
Kansas City, Cessna 81J, you are 21 miles west. Descend and maintain
as
7,000
far as,
feet, expect
like,
ILS runway
okay,
10, approach viaduct to its
PMDG,
transition.
for example,
Clear to do it.
you can fly your PMDG on P3D, it still works. But again, you're going to be flying with the stuff that's not updated when you're flying with P3D. And that's all I know. It sucks for some, I know, because some of you are new. I get it. But let's talk 2020 for a minute here, guys, and let's come to reality on this. 2020, as a brand new simmer, if you was brand new, you just walked in my door right there and said, man, I want to learn a sim, and I don't know jack crap about flying, but I really want to learn it, and I really want to fly in the sim. I could sit you in, well, not in, but I could sit you on the computer, load up 2020, set you up with an AI, put you in a number of different airplanes, and it would be a good way to start because you can get a good idea of how things work. And then eventually you would learn how to fly like with the PMDG and all that. I think 2020 is a very good training tool now. Go back when 2020 was just coming out, I wouldn't have said this, but now I will, because
Kansas City.
it works
Cessna
good
81J, you are
for
21
new
miles
people.
west. Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 10. Approach viaduct to transition. Kansas City, American 239. Climb and maintain
See
FL
how you can
400.
hear ATC communicating because I got the cursor right on the screen right there where it's always
Kansas City,
changing.
American 1111. Descend and maintain FL 260.
American 111. That's who that was.
American 1111. Descend and maintain FL 260.
That's
American
so cool.
1111.
So, anyways, that's
Kansas City.
what's
Cessna
been
81J,
going
you are
on.
21 miles
That's
west. Descend and maintain 7,000 feet.
best
Expect
update
ILS
that I
runway
can
10.
give you,
Approach
but
viaduct
yeah,
to transition.
things have just
Clear to
been
do us.
very
Kansas
busy
City,
here
American
lately, guys.
1328. Descend
Very
and
busy.
maintain FL 320.
I just thought about something. I can go over here. Let's go here.
Kansas City, American 1328. Descend and maintain FL 320.
Here we are. Yeah. I'm looking at the channel from a different computer, just checking to see.
Kansas City, American 1328. Descend and maintain FL 320. Kansas City, American 1328. Descend and maintain FL 3. Kansas City, Freedom Global International Airlines 10. Kansas City, Freedom Global International Airlines 103. Contact Kansas City Center on 133.8. Good day.
Com 1,
You,
133.80.
Kansas City Center, Freedom Global International Airlines 103 9,500 feet.
500 feet.
Kansas City, Freedom Global International Airlines 103. Kansas City Center altitude. Kansas City, American 1224. Contact Kansas City Center on 133.4. Good day. American 1224, 133.4. American 1224. Goodbye.
Amanda Rohrbacher.
Kansas City,
Hi.
Polaris 946. Contact Kansas City Center on 133.4. Good day.
There we go.
Polaris 946, going to 133.4. Polaris 946. Goodbye.
Okay. Alright, there we go. And just a heads up, they've been doing updates on people's internet out here in my area, so it could drop. If it does, I'll come back or I'll upload the video if it does that. Main thing I wanted to come on and at least update you guys on what's going on. This is on them things. They're doing a lot of updates on the internet, running new lines and all this other stuff. So if it happens, you'll know why.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.35.14.0.
All right, let's see where we cruising at here.
246, 10,149 PASL.
We're still we're at 10,000,
243 feet per minute.
and it's staying there.
2. Nearest airport list. 1. Cancel flight following. Button. 2. Nearest 1. Cancel flight following. Button. Volaris 946, going to 133.4 Volaris 946. Goodbye.
Time and route to destination, 5 hours 0 minutes, 13 seconds.
Now, I'm going to try to go to autopilot and see what happens.
Flight number 103 run your own airline company. Ops 20, Ops
Not
29.
a promise that that's going
Starboard
to
stop
work,
screening.
but